In 1901, Livingston Mims built a park that was designed by Frederick Olmsted. Frederick Olmsted, of course, designed Piedmont Park and Central Park and a number of parks across the globe, but little knew that there was a park designed and built in Vine City. Mid-century, Bethune Elementary School was erected and took the place of the park. And it is the direct urging of Rodney Mims Cook Sr. that has Mimso, I guess we'll stick with that, huh? Focused on the restoration of this park. Mr. Cook, we appreciate the leadership that you brought to bring this project back to life. It is more than just rhetoric. It will prove to be a catalytic stimulus for revitalization for the entire West Side, and will become a great complement and focal point to the Civil and Human Rights Museum, along with all the other historically significant landmarks that we have. At this time, I'd like to introduce to you the President of the National Monuments Foundation, Rodney Mims Cook Jr.
Councilman Young, thanks for having us here. I've got a number of family and friends, and Representative Wilkinson has also been kind to walk over from the Capitol. We are humbled to be here today and appreciate the kind hospitality, Councilman Young, of the government of the city, having our family come back. Members of the Abernathy, Bond, King, Boone families are here today. There were many sacrifices made by these families, and I particularly appreciate you also remembering my mother's sacrifices. But ours pale by comparison. Everyone represented here today suffered from greater violence, fear, and danger than we. My sisters and I, at least, held on to both parents to old age. Some here today were not as blessed. My dad has compelled me to rebuild historic Mims Park to honor these American heroes in his lifetime. Let us begin a renaissance in Vine City and English Avenue that will stick and give her residents the hope that they deserve. There is much work to do. Please join me in this duty my father has asked of me. Thanks for having us over today. We will never forget your kindness.
I'd like to give my colleagues an opportunity, any of them, to speak if they'd like, starting with Mr. Bond.
Well, I'll just be very, very brief. I think that this is an appropriate bookend to the proclamations that we're giving today. And I'd like to say something about this man. Not only is he an excellent public servant, but he's also a veteran. So let's give him a round of applause for having gone overseas and defended us as a member of the greatest generation. You know, one of the most inspiring stories of public service in the annals of history is that of Cincinnatus. Cincinnatus was a general who had retired, but when the city was under siege and there was danger all about, the people called out for him to return to defend the city. And he defended the city, I believe, twice against foreign and domestic enemies, but then returned to his farm and was able to lay his power down. Alderman, State Representative, you are our living Cincinnatus. You are the stuff of tremendous public courage and uncommon valor. You know, you couldn't have done what you did for my father if you hadn't already been one hell of a man, full of courage, full of integrity, full of fight. And it is because of public servants like you that those of us in this body pale by comparison. You are the stuff of legend that we have to aspire to. We are not fit to be on this rostrum with you. It is our shame to call ourselves public officials in the personage of someone like yourself. You are only an example for us to aspire to. You do us great honor by being here. This is not enough for you, but humbly please accept it. You are a mighty example, and God bless you. We love you, and my family. My father, I spoke to him at great length over the weekend about you, and what you have done is not told often enough, not explained, not repeated, but necessary and needed and required knowledge. And for that, and for the service you've given this city and will continue to give, we thank you. God bless you.